Good afternoon. Let's check this audio. I'm not sure how powerful this Wi-Fi is, or this Ethernet rather, but we're gonna try it. Ethernet rather. Looks pretty good though. But we're gonna try it. Ethernet rather. I want to discuss an elephant in the room. I monitor the pulse of worry, of worry. First things first. Day one of ALS is complete. Day one of ALS. I'm at Eielson Air Force Base. Interesting stuff. Nothing crazy, nothing difficult. A lot of discussion, a lot of talking. Today was mostly briefings, and tomorrow will be the actual start of the curriculum. I'm excited. This should be interesting. Glad to be on a base that is populated with people. The town is in reach, not an hour away, not traveling 45 minutes to the nearest gas station, but it's within reach. I can hop in my car and be anywhere. The gym is 5 minutes away. It's perfect. So yeah, down here for ALS, 24 days of class. I'll be down here for Thanksgiving. It'll be interesting. But yeah, let's get to today's topic real quick. I know a lot of you have had a lot of concerns regarding vaccines and whether or not the military will be first to participate and partake, thereof. Shout out to Pfizer. Apparently came up with a 90% effective vaccine for the greater mass population. 90% effective. That's interesting. 90% is, in other things, it's a lot. In most other arenas, most other cases, 90% will be acceptable. But when it comes to human life, we save 90% of the people. 10% of humans, it wasn't successful with. But I guess in the case of medicine, that's deemed successful. Interesting. I'm not sure exactly what, stimuli they're testing for, in terms of why certain people did not, succeed in receiving this vaccine and proper, or I guess the desired outcome. I don't know. I don't pretend to be a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Nowhere near it. I'm just a concerned citizen, and I'm sure a lot of you who are, thinking of joining the military, you have concerns. Will they be testing these circus, medicinal, tools on us first? Study enrolled 43,538 participants, with 40% having diverse backgrounds and no serious safety concerns having been observed. Interesting. And it's currently sitting at the FDA for approval. There was also some controversy with the CEO. He owns like 20% of the stock, and he sold like 5 the day it was announced. I was like, that sounded like insider trading to me, But then, of course, apparently they had a 510B planner. I don't know. Lawyer talk. That's not why we're here. We're here to discuss the growing concern for airmen, military individuals, and in general joining the military, concerned about the future of vaccines in the military and whether or not we are the guinea pigs. Are we the guinea pigs for these companies, successes, dare I say? And the answer is it's complicated. Mainly because once you're in the uniform, once you have this on, once you sign the contract, you've given up certain rights. Not fully, but it's in the contract more or less. So to stay in bounds or stay in line with what you signed away, you're agreeing to certain things. So by no means is our leadership, saying here's 20 airmen fresh off the boat, fresh out of basic, give it to them, see what happens, let us know. No. But it's more so like once you get to basic training, you're getting shots anyway. You're getting vaccines anyway. Peanut butter and anthrax and the various other chicken pox. What I'm not sure exactly. Again, I'm not med group. I'm finance. But I did get the shots. I got a lot of shots. So I still get shots. Even flu, we get that yearly. If they say get COVID tested, you get COVID tested. There's no wiggle room. When they say wear a mask, you wear a mask. They say go over there, you go over there. They say wear this, you wear this. So there's a implied obedience in the military that a lot of people are just kind of unaware of. I guess just a level of I didn't know, but once you get here, you're gonna realize you have a choice. You have a choice to say no, but do you really want the consequences of saying no once you've signed that contract already? And that's really the thing. So to answer your questions or your concerns, the questions that you may not have the right POC to ask, once you get in the military, let's say you're me, and tomorrow they say, hey, on your way to work, stop by the med group, we got something for you. And you pull up and there's a long line, and they got a long line of people with needles saying, hey, yo, take this with you. What would be your response? What are your options? Can you say no to that? It's a valid concern. Personally, do I want something that's 90% proven injected into my body? I don't know. 90%, again, 10%, that's a pretty substantial gap for something that you're putting into my body. But once again, now we're back to whether or not I have, the ability to say no. And if I do, am I willing to accept the consequences of saying no? I've been watching a lot of these, these cop shows. They're somewhat entertaining. It's more so to feed my discipline, because when you don't choose discipline, you choose regret. And for long-term purposes, I prefer to have that side of me that is afraid of regret, afraid of making the wrong mistake, afraid of getting too relaxed to where you just start having fun a little bit too much. So it helps to kind of see other people make mistakes. And in 2020, we have it all over the internet. You can Google any type of crime and you can see consequences of it. So, and everything from speeding to DUIs, like it's entertaining to a point, but it's also a learning lesson for you. If you're watching it on a screen, it's mentorship, it's wisdom. But for those who are experiencing it, it's too late. And that's what we're trying to avoid. But yeah, just watching these shows and whatnot, and the officer will give them an option. You're like, all right, you've been swerving. I smelled on your breath. I think you're driving under the influence. Get out the car. Let me talk to you. Come over here. Let me holler at you real quick. Take this breathalyzer or whatever. And it's not admissible in court, the one outside of, the precinct or whatnot. But you have an option to say no. But there are consequences to saying no, meaning you're going to come with us if you say no. Your license will probably be suspended if you refuse. Like, especially once you get to the precinct and they say, take this breathalyzer, you have the option to say no. You are more than will. If you want to say no, you can say no. But here's what happens when you say no. Here's what happens when you say yes. So it's a growing concern. I see it. I see it because we joke about it all the time. But they ain't testing me with no stuff. We're gonna test on the Army. No. Valid concern. Here's my advice to you. If you're considering joining the military, And this is a growing concern amongst other things, because a lot of people, stay glued to the news. They glued to, just media, information coming in, and you're over consuming. You're over consuming biased information. If you're consuming only one side of the aisle, it's biased. On either side, it's biased. So you need an objective standard to measure the information you get. Meaning you probably have to listen to both sides, which a lot of people don't do that, because we prefer to listen to the side we agree with and just take that in. Confirmation bias. Just feed my desire to hear what I think. And the internet gives us the ability to hear exactly what we agree with over and over again. We have specific channels and station networks, radio stations, YouTube channels that we can hear exactly what we agree with. But then when we go to make a decision and it turns out wrong, your information was wrong. You made a decision based off wrong information. So yeah, you definitely want to check that. But when it comes to making long-term decision making, I don't know. This is one of those big things where if it means that much to you, your health, if 10% is something that worries you, slow down. I'm not here to tell you yes or no. I'm not here to tell you, oh, don't worry about it. It's just a shot. That they would never test it on us. They would never test it on the Air Force. They'll test it on the Army first, or the Marines. They'll never test it on me. I don't know. I'm not in control of that. I'm not in control of when or if they use that exact vaccine. If a Pfizer truck pulls up today, FDA stamp on it, it's good. It only got minimum side effects. Your skin boils. It's not too bad. Your throat just kind of gets scratchy when you take it, and then can't breathe for a little while. But then it wears off. I don't know. Use wisdom. What does wisdom tell you in a situation like this where you don't have all the answers? First of all, it tells you prepare. Prepare, meaning you don't want to be making this decision under duress, which again, a lot of us did when we joined the military. A lot of us were under duress. We were under pressure, financial pressure, family pressure, student loans, just time in general, needing a direction to travel in. We're adults now. I have to pick a direction to go. Which way do I go? What do I do? College, military, trade school. What do I decide? It may even come to a place where, the vaccine is required. You must show proof of vaccination, for certain environments such as a daycare or a school or the military. It may be a requirement. I don't know. These decisions are not up to me. Here's my advice. Control what you can control. It may not be much. But think about this. If you look at the state of these major cities and how they're shut down, New York City, Cali, Chicago, shut down, London, lockdown, it's all over the place. People are just going, Russia, lockdown. They're just going back, just another round. Run it back. I keep saying that, things don't get better on their own. They don't get better on their own. It takes human intervention for things to improve. Otherwise, we observe entropy. Things tending towards getting worse. That's what we observe. We look out in the world every single day, turn on the news. You won't see improvement. You see things getting worse. And a lot of times when humans put their hands on it, it gets even worse. Based, relative to our decision making. Your life can get worse or better, but it's relative to your decision making. The military is not a perfect solution. The contract, nobody reads those things. Most of us just focus on the job, the amount of years. That's it. Make sure my credits transfer. That's it. I don't think anybody has read the fine print on their contracts. On any contract for that matter. Marriage, credit card, phone bill, Apple firmware downloads, software updates, phone updates. Nobody reads those fine prints. And I think in most cases, the companies are counting on it. They're assuming we're lazy. It is what it is. So join the military, you're giving up a lot in exchange for what you want that is available in the military. Education, predictability financially, stability, travel in some cases, experience in some cases. Some people are just here straight up for the check. I just want a guaranteed check. I just keep my head low, do what I'm told, practice obedience, and get my check. It is what it is. That's most of us. We may have side gigs and we might have, side ambitions and things we want to do with our lives. But at the end of the day, money solves problems. And a lot of us are in that position where you come to join and that's all you're here to do is solve problems with money. I got a family to feed. I gotta find some, I gotta get this money. So the decision is going to come down to what are you willing to give up, for what you need. One of the worst places to be in terms of negotiation is to need something, but to have something that someone else wants. If they have what you need and you have what they want, they will win. That's called leverage. Leverage wins in negotiation. It's not comfortable. Blackmail, it's not comfortable. When someone has leverage on you, the court system, you don't walk into a court with leverage. You walk in to comply with who's in charge, the authority in place. It's unfortunate. It's reality. Military, if you're wearing this uniform, if you've decided to sign the dotted line, you raise your right hand, you went through the process, you don't have leverage to negotiate. You have, at best, ultimatums, meaning you do it our way, you comply, you do what we tell you, or you can leave, and that's that. And in most cases, you will comply. So again, joining the military is not something. It's not a light decision to make. Even with something as minute as a vaccine. Personally, I'm not concerned. I'm not worried. Once again, I keep my finger on the pulse of the news, of information. I stay informed, but not to the point that I'm losing sleep. Because, again, I'm trying to control what I can control. I just got done studying. We had our class. We had to do some reading. You guys know my tendencies, tech school. I go back to my roots. As soon as I get home, study, cut the phone off, focus, and then I can do what I want. Make a video, watch some TV, so I'm about to do. But I'm controlling what I can control. I'm not worried about the extra foolishness. I stay informed. I even thought about, I'm like, let me see what the stock price of Pfizer is sitting at. The mug might go up. FDA approve it. Might go up. I'm buying them quite high. What was it, $30 bucks, something like that. Might go up to 50. Might hit 100. Who knows? If this thing is actually the truth, and they're able to clean up that 10%, get it down to like something around 8 or 9. This thing goes worldwide. Because again, what we're trying to solve a human problem, not an American problem. It's a human problem. So who knows? But control what you can control. Don't worry about questions that don't have answers right now. Address them, as in keep them on the horizon. You monitor it. Such situations like vaccines, they don't have perfect answers. It's the practice of medicine. It's not the solution of medicine. A lot of cases they're not dealing with causation. They're dealing with correlation or inference or, evidence. The evidence shows us this. It's not proof, but it's evidence. It's close. medicine is a practice. So from my position, I'm not worried. I wouldn't have a choice, if I did, because I want to stay. I like the Air Force. The Air Force is dope. The Air Force is dope. So that's my mindset. I hope that provides some perspective. It's not a perfect answer. Again, a lot of you are looking for assurances. You want 100% answers. They don't always exist. A lot of us want to go to sleep with just everything's going to be all right. And I wish I could just, sugarcoat it and say, oh, don't worry about it. It'll be optional. They'll let you mingle with all the other people that are vaccinated, and you can just be the one with COVID or with the ability to contract it. Who knows? That's not for me to say. It's not for me to speculate. It's not up to me. But, be a realist. Be a realist. Operate with what is. Make decisions based on what is today. Wisdom is saying keep an eye down the road. Monitor the horizon. Keep your ear to the railroad. But you have responsibilities today to deal with. You have bills to pay today. You have a family to be with today. You have responsibilities that require attention today. And then when you get to the next step, the bridge, you'll cross it. So do not worry. Wisdom tells you what to worry about. What to lose sleep over. If you have time to prepare, you'll realize that I have enough on my plate right now I got enough to worry about right now. So that's my take on it. Once again, I'm rooting for whoever's building this thing. Imagine having a job where it's your duty to inject people with something you made. So yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I didn't aim to make a helpless or a hopeless video, but again, a lot of these questions, like, they're good questions. Like, can I resist? Do I have the option to say no, but I still want to stay in? I want to serve. I want to go, or I'll go to a different branch. Oh, they're making them take it too? Can I say no to the vaccine? Can I just quarantine for 2 years? It's not up to me. And in a lot of cases, it's going to be a human thing. It's not going to be like military first or military only, or, senior citizens first, senior citizens only. It may come down to a priority type list, a hierarchy, of needs, if you will. But how are you supposed to handle it? In your case, in your situation of the pressures in your life that are driving you to the Air Force or pulling you to the Air Force, or your goals, your ambitions, the direction you're going in your life, you need to make the best decision for you and your family. Meaning, if you need to come to the Air Force, you need to come to the military. If you need to go to college, trade school, if you need to get a part-time job, if you need to go to the local grocer, and like, yo, I'll bag groceries. Do it. I was pushing carts at one point in my life. I was at Walmart at one point in my life. I was on fries. I flipped burgers. It is what it is. Drove school bus. You do what you have to do in the moment. You don't make rash decisions. You're not in a rush. You're not, compromising your values and your principles. But if you're doing honest work, you're still going in the right direction. This decision does not lead to regret because, I was impatient at the moment. But if you have to do what you got to do in terms of doing honest work in order to support you and your family, that's what matters. We can sit here and speculate about all the various, variables at play concerning what 2020 has left and 2021. And those are great conversations to have, great mental exercises. Don't worry about it. Cross the bridge when you get there. Focus on the debt program. Focus on losing weight, getting fit, getting stronger. Focus on family, friends. That's my advice. So hope that helps, people. I will see you on the next video.